Bakker, the naturopath. Thanks for coming back. Do you ever get digestive pains or horrible pains in your gut when you've had something to eat? Think about it. Think carefully. When was the last time you had a lot of cramping pains in your tummy and you had something to eat and it was awful and then all of a sudden you maybe had some gas or something like that and then it got better? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to think very carefully what you ate and what combination of foods you ate. What time did you eat? How fast did you eat? Under what circumstances were you eating? Were you drinking alcohol or some stuff that you shouldn't be drinking close to when you were eating that food? Were you eating a high-fat meal or too much portion of one particular food? So here's a really cool question. What's some of your favorite foods that you like to eat? And then think carefully if those foods were consumed around that horrible abdominal pain time. Because many people who like a particular food can sometimes eat way too much of it, and that can lead to the problem. So the time of the pain is quite important in relation to when you ate. All right? Some people get horrible pains that are stomach pains, and they don't really have any small intestine problem. It's very straight away after they've had something to eat, they get this problem. That can often spell an issue with your stomach, an underactive stomach especially. Make sure you chew your food properly, take your time. And also the other thing I like people to do is to not look at their mobile phones when they're eating. All right? I think it's a curse, these phones. As I mentioned, we've got a lot of smartphones, but we're getting increasingly dumb as people because our phones are smarter than us. So maybe we could have an app development where as soon as the phone can smell food, it says, "Put me down, don't touch me, warning, warning." Okay, that's what we need. So app developers, if you're watching this, make an app that can smell food, okay? And if the phone goes too close to someone's mouth, it can tell them to put me down. But, you know, those are the sort of things that work these days, okay? Crazy things. But be careful. Chewing food slowly, eating the right combinations of foods for some people is effective. I'm going to do another video later on about food combinations, which I find, again, is common sense. I mean, you're not really going to have a cup of coffee and then a bowl of ice cream, okay? And then, you know, think carefully what you're doing. Think carefully of the combinations you put together, hot and cold foods, cooked and raw and things like that. We'll go into that later. But we're talking about abdominal pains. So, how old are you? Are you an elderly person? Are you a young person? Are you a nervous and excited person? Are you an embarrassed person? Are you depressed? Emotional state has a tremendous effect on the comfort of your gut as well. You may have heard it being told, don't eat when you're upset or stressed or emotionally not in a good place. It's not a good idea. Wait for a while. You're not going to fall over and die of starvation, okay? Your body can go for several days without food. Sometimes it's good to have a little bit of a fast if you're not feeling the best, emotionally or physically, or if you've gone through some trauma or stress. Just back off. Animals do it all the time. Cats and dogs and pets, they don't eat constantly. So that's the first thing you do if you did get these horrible abdominal pains regularly, is cut back when you eat, how much you eat, and just have a little fast here or there to see if that makes a big difference. Second question is, what are the bowel motions like after you've had this horrible pain? Are they really loose and watery? Is the pain related maybe to a parasite? Is the pain related to food poisoning? Those are, again, important questions that would ask you if you're going to see me. Okay? If the pain is recurrent and you get it regularly, you need to make some diet changes. The first foods I would take out would probably be the really high fat foods, the highly processed foods. But if you're eating a purely natural diet without any of those foods at all, cut back on portion sizes, chew more slowly, and take some digestive enzymes with the meal. That should, in most cases, remedy the problem. Classic foods that give people the horrible abdominal pains often are things like spicy foods, like spicy curries. They could be eating too much chocolate or peanuts or snack foods in one sitting. Drinking the wrong combinations of, you know, some type of liquid with the food that you're eating. Eating too fast can do it as well. And the pains often come when you're not paying attention to what you're doing with your food. All right? So pay attention to your eating. Don't be distracted. Take some nice slow deep breaths, relax, chew properly. And that alone will solve most of the horrible abdominal pains. If that doesn't work, start thinking about doing some testing. If you keep getting these pains all the time, do some stool testing to see if you've got a pancreatic problem. check out pancreatic elastase 1 or PE1 in a stool test. I've often seen that marker, excuse me, to be too low when the person complained about a lot of tummy pains. So you could have a pancreatic issue, could be a stomach issue. So often these are simple solutions, can easily be found for the abdominal pain. But if you're really concerned, go and see your doctor or naturopath and talk more about it. And maybe you need some testing to determine what's really going on. Thanks for the question.